Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't believe in the paranormal because I 100% believe. I think ghosts, demons, fairies, and all things of the sort exist. I don't exactly like the thought of a ghost parading around my house, but at the same time, thinking it's my loving grandmother made it seem somewhat comforting. This started a couple weeks ago. I'm an amateur makeup artist, so I have a decent little collection made for myself, but I really only have a handful of makeup/tools that I regularly use. So I do notice when the items are not where I had put them last. For instance, I have a desk that I use for multiple things. It holds my stereo system, and I'm also an amateur YouTuber with my friends, so I use the desk when I'm writing or editing videos, or even just doing my makeup. I don't have a regular desk chair. I actually use this old rocking chair that belonged to my grandmother. It was a chair she sat in for every day of her life for 25 years. I'd rather use it as a desk chair than watch it sit in the corner of our living room collecting dust and cat hair. I thought my grandma would prefer that too. Anyways. So, when I do my makeup sometimes, I'll leave the mirror and the items out because I'm lazy, I suppose. A few weeks back, I knew my lipstick was behind the left folding out side of the mirror because earlier that day I had passed by and looked at it and even reminded myself that it would be there. So later, when I was doing my makeup, I moved the left mirror forward, and to my surprise, it wasn't there anymore. Honestly, I considered maybe I had just seen things when I saw it before, but the memory was so vivid I had to have knocked it over and it must have rolled off to some unknown location. I searched the desk and floor around it and find the lipstick nowhere. I even go as far as putting all my makeup away and lifting the mirror. I check around my speakers and still it was nowhere to be found. So I sigh and laugh. Alright, Grandma, I guess I'll wear a different shade today. I mean, obviously, I had been joking. I didn't seriously think she was around. Why would she? When she could be at the house she and my grandpa had built together, screwing around with his new girlfriend for some shits and giggles. But when the next day rolled in and the lipstick appeared on the floor between my rocking chair and desk, standing straight up, somewhere I had checked multiple times the night before, I was shaken. How could it have gotten there? Not only that, how could it be standing straight up if I had knocked it onto the floor? A few hours of Netflix later, I completely forget about the whole ordeal. The next couple of weeks adding up to today, nothing really noticeable happened. I have 6 different highlighter palettes, 7 different highlighters in total. No, not the marker you use in school, but a makeup tool to highlight features. The first is a combo with a bronzer and blush. It was a very soft gold. The second is a pinkish gold that was in a combo with my third, which is a gold. The fourth is a super pigmented gold. Fifth is a purplish silver. The sixth was white, and the seventh, my newest, is a pinkish gold liquid highlighter. I know most of you don't really care about any of that, but I needed to tell you so you will understand what happened next. Admittedly, I'm a pretty pale person. I spend the majority of my time inside. I am working on several different projects. I'm an aspiring YouTuber, a Wattpad writer, where I write what I feel like is poorly worded stories, but people like it. And I'm also currently failing at being a weight loss influencer on Instagram, so the only time I really leave the house is when I take my 2-year-old Aussie outside to use the potty. Anyway, unless I go pretty heavy with bronzer, which I don't tend to do, I'm stuck using my first, fifth, and sixth highlighters. I have noticed my purple one being misplaced on several occasions, but if I'm going to be honest, it's my favorite one, so I don't really think too much about it. When I say misplaced, I mean it's not in my makeup box or where I remember putting it. My makeup box has 3 different layers. The top is brushes and eyeliners, the second layer is only eyeshadow, and my third layer, the largest, has a bunch of random items including my highlighter. Even if my makeup box was open, it'd be pretty much impossible to get the highlighters out without the top layers being removed. And when they are removed, it makes the box fall over, so I usually leave them in unless I need something, but like I said, the purplish silver highlighter is my favorite one, so I use it religiously. I don't stop to realize all of that, I just assume I left it out in random places. Like, even once I found it in my closet. I thought it was weird, but I do record in there because it doesn't echo as badly as my room. Anyway, last night I had a dream that I really only remembered a few parts that was vivid, and it scares me. I had been sitting at my desk, which was pulled up to my bed instead of in front of my grandma's rocking chair. At the time, I really didn't think about that, but now it scares me even more. In front of me sat a Ouija board. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm terrified of Ouija boards. I've never personally played with one, and I don't foresee myself playing with one. So basically, in my dream, I got the board to say hello, which freaked me out, so I made it say goodbye. But it slid over the goodbye 5 times. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but in my dream I knew it wasn't a good sign. I knew I had unleashed something evil, and the rest of what I remember from the dream is me walking around my house experiencing all these weird and creepy things. When I woke up, I felt strange about the dream. My parents are separated and married to other people, but in both houses they have never even allowed talk of the Ouija board. It would get to a point where my mother would go as far as threatening to beat us if we ever considered bringing one into our house. My brother and I would joke around a lot. At one point this year, I told my mom my brother was bringing home a Ouija board to play in our house. Now, this would be a little less weird if we were 13 and 16, but when we got home, our mother went through our things before she'd let us even go inside. My brother is 17 and I'm 19. That's how serious my mom is about keeping it out of her house. So why did I have a dream about playing one and playing it alone, which I had gathered from the rules is a big no-no? I spent my day at my desk watching American Horror Story on my phone and making DIY destroy jeans. For that, I had a razor blade and tweezers. It's Sunday, so we, my family and I, went to my grandma's mom's and my great-grandma's for dinner. Everything was fine and dandy. We even had tacos, then we went home. When we got home, I went back to my DIY task, but I couldn't because my tweezers I'd been using all day were missing. I mean, I'd been sitting at my desk. The only places it could be is on my desk or on the floor. I looked everywhere. Even my brother came in and helped. He couldn't find them either. At this point, I'm frustrated with the disappearance, so my last thought is to lift the chair. It's not light in any means. It's a rocking chair. It's kind of heavy. But I stopped dead in my tracks. There, in this boxed area, where these 2 poles hold the sides of the chair together. It's to keep them sturdy, I guess. I don't know. In this little area, my liquid highlighter was sitting. I know what you're thinking. Okay, that's not weird. You probably just dropped it without noticing. But remember when I said I only used 3 highlighters? I used the light gold, the white, and the silver one. And if I'm going to be honest, 9 times out of 10, I wear the purple one. Not only that, but the liquid highlighter is in a glass bottle. If I had dropped it, I would have heard a clink against the wood floors, and I would have quickly gone to check to see if it had broken. But if I somehow did manage to knock it over without noticing, I wouldn't have been able to get into the spot it was at unless it had bounced over the thick pole. And I would have definitely heard it bounce, or someone would have had to put it there, and nobody comes into my bedroom. I lifted the chair a little more and showed my brother. I didn't put that there, Rob. I think Grandma's messing around with me. He, of course, told me to stop. I was pissing him off by mentioning her name. She and her death was a sore subject for both of us. Ignoring him, I said, "Grandma, please, give me my tweezers back." Not even 5 seconds later, I'd turn around and my face dropped. My brother turned to see what I'm looking at, and there on the white part of my blanket sat my black tweezers. Not only would we have noticed that, but we both searched my bed for it. "Stop it, you're scaring me," he says. "I'm sorry, I'm scared too," I tell him quietly. He made up some stupid excuse and got the heck out of my room. I sat back down in my chair and continued watching American Horror Story and messing with my jeans. Jokingly, I say, "Alright, prove to me that you're really here. Put my missing ball to my nose ring somewhere, I'll see it." No, I did not take the ball out of my nose. I had dropped it in my bedroom a few weeks ago and couldn't find it. It was my only one, and I'd appreciate having it back considering my nose piercing is relatively new. I spent the next hour or so watching American Horror Story, and the thought of what I said slowly faded from my mind. That was until I was bored, and the thought popped back up. Maybe she was being shy, because from what I can see in my room, it wasn't anywhere. So I decided to take a bathroom break. Maybe she'll put it out for me when I come back, I jokingly thought to myself. I mean, it made sense if she came around sometimes, seeing as her chair is in my bedroom. Okay, I am not reading my story anymore, but I seriously hear something moving around outside of my closet. It's scaring me. Just a little bit. I go to the bathroom, and let me tell you guys, I just graduated high school and I moved 2 states away from my mom's to my dad's house. I don't really have anything to do. I've already decided to take a year off from college to go see if I can pursue my career on the internet, or if I need to get a real education. So I'm at home every day, all day. I clean the bathroom every day, so when something catches my eye and it's shiny, while I'm leaving the bathroom, I'm taken aback. I turned my head and my heart dropped. That wasn't there before. Sitting on the floor in the corner of the bathroom was a teeny silver ball. The only other people who use the bathroom is my brother and my dad. Neither of them have piercings. My heart thumped roughly against my chest as I bent down to pick it up. It wasn't the ball to my nose ring. It was a ball to one of my other piercings. One that had also met its tragic fate in my bedroom. So she can see that the ring was silver, and she knew I wanted a ball. She produced a silver ball, like I had wanted. I don't think that was a coincidence that I found it there. And it only made me dread going back to my bedroom. As soon as I did, I called my friend, and while on FaceTime, I recanted everything to her. But then I stop, and I look at her with terror in my eyes. What she says. I'm not religious in any way, but when my grandfather's girlfriend had lost oxygen to her brain for only God knows how long, I had prayed to God to make me a believer. For nothing super serious to happen to her. Losing oxygen to your brain for no matter how long can be super serious. Your brain starts to die. And yesterday we visited my grandpa and his girlfriend. The only thing that happened to her was the last month of her life was a blank. So last night I tiredly prayed out loud. I asked him to keep me in my home surrounded in his white light, and to keep anything bad away. What if something evil heard me, and to mock me came in, and me asking it to prove itself only made it latch on? I ask my friend as her eyes go wide as well. It would make sense, seeing as both my brother and I said it was scaring us, and it still continued to interact with us. What if my Ouija board dream was its warning of its presence? The only reason I say it is because I don't think my grandma is haunting me. I think something evil is haunting me.